No, thank you.
We're live?
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Hooray. Welcome back, dear viewers, to Curse of Strahd 5e with the lovable Revocane, House, Spilster, Sam, Crisco, and the not so lovable Blade Skull. For the purposes of YouTube, we are not affiliated with anyone who has been accused of any accusations. We are all smooth sailors here. We're going to start, guys. Most of us. Blade Skull.
Blade.
So what did
I
Blade
did
Skull?
nothing.
What did he do that I missed?
He said, I can't repeat what he said. Not on stream.
He said he wanted to put pineapple on a pizza.
He said he wanted to put a pineapple on a dead body and rot it.
No, I want to put a pizza on a pineapple.
That's one way to protect your goods. So, who would like to account for us what was transpired last session?
Sure, why not?
Go ahead, Spill.
Ooh, now I need to try and remember. I believe, was it last session or the previous session that we dealt with the house? No, I think
That was the previous
no, I
session.
think- Okay, so after dealing with the direwolves at the church and having a close encounter with Moira running off into a crypt and getting stuck, they managed to disappear thanks to the priest and his ringing bell, which seemed to spawn some warriors. They scared them away, and they went off to I believe Ravenloft. We continued out towards the Burgermeister's house, to which we met a strange old lady, who offered us food, and some of us ate it and had a weird trip. Was that after? I think that was after. No, it was before. Either way. We managed to find out that she was doing some very weird things. We found out about a windmill, which a crow followed towards a tree area, which was haunted by scarecrows of her victims. We came back to town to sort of let people know, but we had to leave with the not Ivani.
Bastani.
Vistani. I was close. There's a lady at work
Very
with
close.
Ivana. I was close. After getting to their camp and enjoying a party and a tarot reading, which had some very interesting results, and gaining a wand, I believe, that showed us secret doors 3 times a day. We tried to leave, but our magical crawl was having a nice chat with a horse, which kind of made it go into the woods. Not being so friendly about this, they threatened Crawl, the Stani. And we didn't take too kindly to that. They wanted to take a shell. We said no. As we left, after giving them a little bit of a frightening, they didn't seem to care. He heard whispers and was suddenly cursed, deafened, and blinded, which wasn't good. We struggled on our way. I believe we found a gate, a black coach with red eyes that stared us down and then left towards the castle. We found a gate that was covered in fog and a will-o'-wisp. After travelling through the gate, we managed to get towards the old bone grinder where we're currently stood, and that's where I believe we leave off.
Yes, very good. The party gets inspiration for that epic retelling. So there'll be a small caveat and change in that Crawl decided that he'd rather be able to see than be able to hear. Is that still the case, Crawl?
That's right. I've got sight in one eye and no sight in my ear.
So, the onion-domed edifice leans forward into one side as you try to turn away from the grey, stormy sky. You can see brick walls and dirt-covered windows on the upper floors and a decrepit wooden platform encircling the top of the windmill, like a strange dress or flimsy edifice was wrapped around it. Perched on top of a wooden beam screeched a raven and a few other flies around the top of the wooden onion dome. That is the initial prompt you would get upon reaching the top of the hill this is on. The raven seemed to be agitated by something, and the door is currently closed.
Should we proceed forward so we want to know?
It's only a matter of time before the child may be turned into meat.
Provided the child wasn't already. So
Yeah.
better get to it then.
Can I light my lantern, please?
Sure. There you go. You should be able to see now.
Ah, there's the door.
Yes. A somewhat small door, but it's certainly wide enough for you all to enter.
Shall we knock, or shall I have a look?
Have a peek inside.
So you're just going to slightly open the door? Or you're going to... narrate to me what you're going to do.
Actually, I was going to attempt to climb the side to the window.
Sure, you can do that. Give me a athletics check. Not really much you can swing or bounce off of from around here.
Maybe this is a bad idea.
You can't seem to get a footing hold, so you're reaching and grabbing onto the wooden beams, but they seem to give under the weight. They seem a bit rotten.
Yeah. I gotta remember. You know.
Would I be able to give Church a lift?
Sure, you can re-roll with advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, you get him up there. So you're on the right-hand side. Do you want to lean out a bit and peer through the window?
Okay, so this would be like what, the second floor?
This is indeed the second floor.
What is she doing? Or what can I see her doing?
Make a perception check since you're looking through a very dusty, mugged up window. Roll a d100.
It's going to be one of these days, isn't it?
Uh-huh. Higher is better, lower is worse.
What the fuck, man?
Let me drag out another Gwen and see if you can move her. But thank you for making this interesting already. Church, you are a delight.
Fuck you, Tiny.
Can you move that one, Gwen? And do you have the objects and tokens? The select move token. Yes, there you do. So Church starts leaning in towards the window, and he presses a little bit too hard, and faint cracks start appearing in the window, and he falls through it. So let's put him there. Morgantha immediately startles up and yells, "What are you doing in here? Why are you here?" And she's covered in massive amounts of flour as she throws her hands up.
I seem to have made a mistake. I thought nobody was. I was checking to see if anyone was home.
she would start cackling and saying, "Of course I'm home, dearie. Come downstairs. Come downstairs, and I'll show you my wares. Daughters, we have a guest. Make yourselves presentable." And she kicks something under the grinding wheel of the mill. What is your passive perception? If it's higher than 15, you'll see what it is.
16.
She's kicked a human jawbone under the wheel of the mill, under the grinding wheel.
A human jawbone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fantastic.
You would hear some clattering upstairs as well.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Is she waiting for me to move with her?
Yeah, she's beckoning down the stairs.
Well, at least it's not upstairs. Yeah, Church will follow her downstairs rather calmly. And,
Okay. So you would be on that step, and she would be there now. You would see quite a commotion downstairs in the kitchen. Let's sort of move you there so you can see a bit better in the kitchen. The rest of you, while this is happening, this will take a few seconds of her urging Church to come downstairs. What do you all do? The raven has gone nuts and is flying away.
I think Gwen is torn between chuckling and worrying when she sees Church fall through the window. But right now, I guess she could try and climb up after him. Armor be damned.
Okay, certainly you can try that if you want to. So Gwen's going to try climbing. Grunk, what are you going to try doing?
I think
no athletics check. Okay.
I think Grunk will
Sorry.
just laugh and walk up to the front door and knock.
Okay, 13 will fail, so you get a good hand grip, but the wood is pretty rotten and starts falling away in your hands, and you don't suffer any ill effects. Grunt can certainly knock and open the door.
knock and open?
Yeah, the door's not going to have any resistance. It's been open. Well, it's loose on the latch.
Right.
I'll apologise to the old lady and say that our little friend was just dropping in for a visit and misplaced himself.
She'd rub her wrinkly, warty chin and say, "Yes, you made quite an impression. I remember you from the village. You must have come quite a ways quite quickly to get here to the old bone grinder."
Can I ask her what called the bone grinder?
We used to grind up animal bones to make glue.
Alrighty then.
She slaps one of the barrels and says, "Yeah, plenty of chickens and toads and all manner of sweet things in this house."
My friends love your pie. How about a tour? I mean, I also love your pie. It is delicious. So tasty. So good. It's real food.
Make a deception check.
What? About what? The eating part or the real food part?
She'd be suspicious of this. As no, she'd buy. Oh, does she have insight? Yeah, she does. Ooh, it was close. She squints at you, cocks her head, and goes, "Yeah, you must really like the pies. You got a bit of heft to you, boy. Well, you fell through that window. Must be thick."
Yes, I am the thickest of the boys. Sometimes I don't know my own weight.
She gives a wry smile at that. Yeah, you could feed a family of 4 for a week. And she drums on one of the barrels again. She starts motioning towards the kitchen area, saying, I'll get you some pies, 1 second. And she moves over to the large area over here. You start hearing croaking as she's walking past various barrels and containers.
Can I do a perception check on the containers without touching them?
Sure. There's probably frogs in there if they're clucking. If they're croaking, there's probably chickens in the coops if they're clucking.
While she has her back turned, Church is going to make a series of unusual hand gestures to the rest of the party, including pointing up and running his thumb across his own throat.
How does the party react?
Nola's going to wander in with Grunk, or after Grunk, seeing that motion and be sort of confused. Does he want to kill upstairs?
Grunk will be wondering if Church has murdered someone in the 5 seconds we've been gone.
Church would hear footsteps and cackling coming from upstairs, and the sound is coming louder, getting louder as they're coming downstairs.
He's just staring up the staircase, like, tensely watching and waiting to see what the fuck they're going to turn out to be when they make it down. You can only imagine what this old woman's daughters look like. She's some crazy old witch.
I'll put you there so you can see them.
Oh, dear God.
Not the most fetching of specimens. Don't move your token across there.
I mean to, I grabbed it and then the thing popped up.
Oh, sorry. Yes, the first of the daughters of Ophalia would say, Hello, my name's Ophalia. What are you doing in the top of the mill? Why are you coming upstairs? It's not meant to go out of the kitchen.
I am waiting for an exciting tour from your mother. It is a pleasure to meet you, Ophalia. My name is Church. And he will even kind of like flatten himself against the wall so that they can pass him if they wish.
No, they'd stand pretty abruptly at the stairs, sort of indicating they want you to go downstairs.
Well, he doesn't seem to be moving anywhere.
They'd wait.
So will he? It's a fucking wait off.
Grunk will join Church on the stairs and say that he's looking for a bathroom.
There's a privy outside. We don't have that newfangled plumbing.
I don't pee on the ground floor.
It's against his religion.
Make a deception check.
Oh no, I was trying to make a religion roll. Okay, hold on.
Grunk, please make a
Am I
deception
doing it?
check.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes,
Can I use my inspiration?
you certainly can. She believes you for a second, and goes, "No, that's silly. Why would you need to go upstairs?" There's a hill over there. You can go pee over there. Upstairs is where we make all the pastries. No, you can't go up there because you need to pee.
Grunk will look a bit confused and just slowly slide back down the stairs, leaving Church to himself.
The two daughters grow a little bit impatient. They're sort of thumbing their somewhat ugly silk shawls and gowns that look a bit leathery. and large needles are sticking out of the tangled mops of black hair they have. They're starting to look at each other and begin to cackle.
Church just stands there with that Cheshire smile, just stares at them.
Grunk will look to the rest of the party with like a look of help in his eyes.
Morgantha, how are the pastries coming? I'm excited for this tour.
She would start shoveling some things out of the oven and pushing other things in. They're cooking now. Be bread hot for you. The night hags, though, as they see you on top of the stairs, will cast the following spell on you. Please make a wisdom saving throw, Church. DC is 14.
I'm going to use my inspiration.
Okay. Church disappears and is replaced by a little frog.
That's cool.
What kind of railing does this staircase have? Is it like a solid wool, or would I be able to see what happened?
He's at the top of the stairs on the second floor, so you'd hear a brief bit of murmuring and some cackling and laughter, and suddenly Church isn't there anymore, so he just disappears. And the little frog comes hopping down the stairs.
Because I'm kind of on the stairs, have I seen him change into the frog, or was he kind of out the way?
Were you paying attention?
I don't know, was I?
You tell me.
I mean, I assume this kind of happened quite quickly after the encounter I had with them on the stairs, so I guess I was still within like eye shot of it. So yes.
So you're looking up the stairs at Church during that time, rather than going outside. Okay. You would just see a brief flash of. Would it even be a flash? No, he would just shape and change and collapse into the form of a frog, pretty soundlessly.
Grunk will sort of act nonchalant and just turn back to the party and go, "Church is a frog now."
Oh, my girls always playing tricks. You must have stepped too close to them. They don't like it when they get handsy.
He meant nothing by it. Can we please have our delightful little man back, please?
Ribbit. Ribbit.
I think he likes it the way he is, and Morgantha will go towards Church and attempt to grapple him.
That fucking bitch!
Can I intervene?
You're going to try and pick him up instead?
Yeah.
Okay, make an athletics check. Oh, it's a tie. Roll a d100. She gets 88. No, she gets him before you do.
Can I give my inspiration to Grunk?
To reroll as athletics? Sure.
No. His D100s, and actually, nix that. That's a waste of inspiration.
So Morgantha has grabbed the poor little frog that is Church and has popped them inside her bra.
Oh no.
It feels oddly cold against her skin and very wrinkly. Droopy, some might say. And she goes, "I'll keep them safe for now, dearies, don't worry."
Grunk will turn to the rest of the party and say, "Little help here, guys."
I don't mean to be rude, but I insist you give him here. He is our friend. He's in our care, not yours.
I don't believe he'd be comfortable with your dangly parts against his skin.
So are you making a persuasion attempt, or are you intimidating her here?
I'll let Nola give it a go.
Yes, this will be coming from Nola.
Let's say persuasion. He's not trying to be horrible.
She looks and says, okay, just don't eat him, just a dragonborn. And she hurls him at you. Make a sleight of hand check to see if you catch him. Yeah, you catch him.
He'll give her some evils. There was no need for that.
He was touching my girls, or interfering them at least. This is the least I can do. Keeping
You should not
Trixie's...
put him in your shirt.
Plenty of been in my shirt, dearie.
He gags. He'll just, I suppose, put the frog on his shoulder.
Sure.
And I'm a little bit lost of what to do here.
While this is happening, where are Ismark and Elena?
You left them by the horse down on the road, I believe.
I thought we were taking them with us so we could stay here for the night, rather than be out in the open.
Let's say they're a little ways away down the hill. Rather than drawing them into the combat, it's already cluttered in here as it is. Unless you really want them here. Up to you guys.
What time of night is it?
It's about 9, 10. It took you a while to get here.
I think for gameplay purposes, probably better to leave them off the map. But I know Gwen would not feel comfortable getting too far from them because it's already probably pretty dark and she's worried Strahd might come for Elena.
Okay, a few minutes pass, and Morgantha is chuckling and strutting around the kitchen, and she pulls some pies out of the oven. You hear more chittering and laughter coming from upstairs.
They seem awfully happy up there. What are they doing?
Making flour. The mill doesn't power itself, so we've got to crank the handles ourselves. Poor women like us.
Could I do an awareness check to see if the... Wait. The mill should power itself. It has giant fins to do that.
As you can see from the left-hand side, the fins are very badly damaged and weather-worn and barely papered.
How are two people supposed to turn a millstone? Moira will say that out loud. And she'll add to it. And since your daughters can apparently polymorph, how do we know the rest of the frogs and stuff in here are actually frogs and not something else?
She would get a very angry look on herself on her face, going, "What are you trying to insinuate? What are you talking about? They're just frogs."
But why does a mill need frogs?
For their bones, obviously. Can't make good pastries without frog bones, dearie. And she upends a bucket, and a big scurry of frogs start ribbiting and croaking and exiting towards the door.
Gwen will hold the door open and let the frogs out.
See? Only fresh ingredients here. She eyes Church, or Frog Church rather, hungrily as she says this.
Pardon me, but I believe mincemeat pies are generally from pork or beef. I've never heard of frog mincemeat pies.
You're not very well travelled, young lady. Here in Barovia, frog is quite well appreciated. You've seen the villagers, they love my pies. Gives them a little slice of something away from all of this.
Speaking of villagers loving your pies, why did a couple give you their child?
She narrows her eyes and says, "What are you talking about?"
Wait, which one of us saw that? That was Church, right?
Church, but he told Crawl and Mona.
Right, he told the rest of us. So, one of our companions saw a couple give you their child after you gave them some pies. And then the child disappeared shortly after you went into the woods. Or no, you shoved the child in a bag. That's what happened, right?
And you're saying all of that to Morgantha?
Yes.
She narrows her eyes very, very tight and says, "Girls, we've got a problem downstairs." And her skin begins to shift and change colour.
Oh, fucking frog! Oh, dear God. What the fuck is that thing?
It looks like a weird tadpole, just the head.
I mean, Tiny accidentally spoiled it. They're night hags. 3.
How did I spoil it?
You said the night hags use polymorph rather than the daughters.
Did I? Oh, apologies.
Well, it's time for them to croak.
Is before the girls come down, in like the second she's been called down, is there anything on the stairs that I can like knock over to block their way down, even if it's like for a minute?
Not really, sort of barren stairs.
How the frog gets to go first?
The frog has quite good initiative.
Fantastic.
Do you get a saving throw at the end of each of your turns? No, just when you get hurt.
I have 1 HP!
Yeah, so as soon as you get hurt, you can turn back into your normal form.
Are you fucking my dick off right now?
Wouldn't that leave him unconscious, or does it restore him back to his default hit points?
He has a hit point pool at present in his frog form. When that is depleted, he turns back into his previous form.
Would Church know this?
Make an Arcana check. Yeah, Church would realise this.
Church hops over and, oh shit, I'd be engaged with the hag from here, wouldn't I?
You just bite yourself.
Okay, Tiny. We're playing these fucking games, aren't we? Okay, Church is gonna hop outside and bite himself.
Okay, you reach up and you automatically hit yourself, so roll the damage.
With what?
Oh, okay, you just do 1 damage yourself and you You transform from a frog back into a church.
Okay, I'm a church now.
Oh my god, there's a monastery out there.
I use bonus action just to dash over here, I guess. That'll end my turn.
Okay. Crawl.
Hello. I haven't heard any of the stuff that's going on, but I just saw my friend being turned into a frog, and there's now a creature in front of me where Morgantha used to be. So I will emote a moonbeam on her.
Okay. I should really make a token for Moonbeam, shouldn't I?
Huh?
I said I should really make a token for Moonbeam, make it a bit easier to track it, but I'm lazy and a bad DM. Okay, so you're concentrating on that.
Yep, and that'll be all. I'll just try to keep it on her.
Okay. Grunk.
Grunk will go into rage mode and obviously have his storm aura present, which will aim for what was Morgantha.
Okay. What roll is that?
It's a dex save of 13.
She passes, so she takes 3.
And after that will happen, I will take a step forward so I'm within combat range of her and attack her with my Warhammer of Thunder.
Go for it. 13 will miss.
And that will be my go.
Okay, so she starts in the Moonbeam. What is the saving throw, please? 13 damage, ouch. She does pass though, so she takes 7 damage. It scorches her a bit, and she is, oh, you're in for it now, dearies! And she steps forward. You can make an attack opportunity if you want to, Crawl.
Yes, please.
19 will hit. 4, 3. Because it's not silver or special, is it?
It's not now.
As a free action, she drums on the barrel once more, and a strange being appears. A demon appears.
That is terrifying.
It's not too big. It's about the size of a toddler.
What?
It's called a dretch.
Oh, I didn't know dretches were that small.
Yeah, dretches are only small creatures.
It's like a weird pig bat demon.
Looks like a mole rat.
Yes,
Looks upset.
a mole rat.
Look at its eyes. It's so sad.
I'd be sad too if a hag kept conjuring me up and making me do bad things. Morgantha will cast a spell against Crawl. She'll use Magic Missile, 2nd level. So you take 19 damage. Make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Yeah, it's just the one, or is it one for each missile?
Oh, that's a good point. There is 4 missiles, so that would be 4 saving throws of 10 or higher, please. So your spell fades as you don't hear the missiles coming, and they whack you right in your shell. That is Morgantha's turnover. The Dretch will lunge at Grunk. And we'll make 2 attacks, 1 bite and 1 claw. Either of us hit?
The claws hits.
Okay, so that'll hit for 2 damage. Gwendolyn.
All right. Gwen will be somewhat taken aback by the sudden appearance of the demon, but she will rally herself and attack Morgantha.
Go for it. 17 will hit. For 9 slashing.
And Gwendolyn will end her turn.
Okay. Moira.
Moira is going to... I'm probably going to do an acid splash against the Dretch and Morgantha.
Okay, go for it. Change the output to be attack rather than description.
Aye.
But that is 2 dexterity saving throws. Gotcha.
That probably misses.
It's just a dex save. It shouldn't be a...
Yeah, it's not an attack. So the Dretch will pass, and Morgantha will also pass. The acid scorches a nearby chicken coop and they turn into a bubbling mess of coos and clucks and just burbles.
I'm re-rolling again just to see if I set it up right, and it's not doing anything, so I imagine that wasn't right.
I can look at it during the break. Okay, Bella's turn. So she's going to come down the stairs, not noticing that Grunk is there until she gets down to there. And then she'll see him and will cast Ray of Enfeeblement on Grunk. So I think 20 hits.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Target only deals half damage to weapon attacks that you strengthen until the spell ends. At the end of each of your turns, you can make a Constitution saving throw to see if you can defeat the spell. So she's focusing on purple and purple. Ophelia comes down next to her mother and will attack Grunk. With her claws. Oh no. Something untoward may happen.
Oh, the most untoward thing will happen.
Grunk ducks and she accidentally slashes her sister in the side of the face. Her sister takes 13 slashing damage and has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Good.
And they all reflexively flinch and shake when this damage occurs. But she doesn't drop the spell. She holds on to it.
Would Moira have noticed that, and would there be a roll to see if I would know why that happened?
Sure, make Arcana roll. No,
Doesn't look like it.
Anyone else who's proficient in Arcana who would be looking at the hags at present? Take that as a no. Noah.
He's gonna hit the hag in front of him.
Morgantha.
That's the one.
Okay, you have advantage.
And he's going to smite her.
24 hits. For 14 damage. It seems to ripple through the rest of the hags.
So, I think that's all I can do. Yeah, it is.
The spell stays up. Church.
Church bears his crossbow and he fires past Gwendolyn at Orgasm.
Morgasm. A 16 will miss.
That's it!
Okay. You can always dodge and hide somewhere, or move away and hide somewhere. For advantage. Up to you then.
Sure.
Okay, make a stealth roll.
I mean, okay. Oh, I get advantage for hidden shots?
Yes, if you're attacking when you're hidden. So you could, from this you could hide there, then attack with your crossbow. And
For
if you
some
come to
reason,
the
I
rock,
thought it just procced sneak attack. This is why I'm never a goddamn rogue. Okay. Yeah, I'll hide here. Stealth roll. And that's
So she'd still notice you, so it'd still be a 16. So your attack would miss. Crawl.
Step around to the side of the demon that's just popped up in front of me.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have to heal myself. I will cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay. Any bonus action cantrips or bonus actions you'd like to use?
Nope, that'd be it.
Okay. Grunk, you feel very weak and tired right now.
First off, Grunk will use his Storm Aura on Morgantha again.
Okay. That passes, I think.
No, it had to be 13, so she passes, yeah.
Roll your d6, please.
I did just above it.
Oh, sorry. I'm blind. So she takes 3.
And then I will follow up with an attack with my Warhammer.
A 22 will hit. So that will do half damage, so that will be 5 damage.
And then what? Is it a Constitution saving throw I need to make?
Yes, it is. DC 14. So you are no longer enfeebled.
And that'll be my go.
Morgantha curses and spits at you, and she will use the following spell. She will cast Eye Bite on Grunk. Need to make a wisdom saving throw, and the DC is 14.
Oh no.
Okay. The target falls unconscious. You go prone and are now asleep. The Dretch will attack Kroll.
Miss.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
No, nothing untoward happens. It nearly bites or slashes Morgantha in the back by accident as it swings in this tight room, but just misses. Gwendolyn, you see Grunk has just fallen asleep.
Okay. Well, would my Banneret ability be able to do anything to help him?
Flash the ability if you can, please. No.
Alright, in that case, I am going to just attack Morgantha again.
Okay. 25 hits. For 7. This causes the other ones to flinch in pain.
And noticing that they flinch, I will use my second wind.
In your action surge.
Yeah,
Well,
action surge. I keep mixing up those two. And I'll attack again.
20 will also hit. For 10. This time they flinch a bit harder. So that is 2 Constitution saving throws she needs to make. The sisters are looking a bit bloodied and a bit angry at her mother, saying, "Can we stop now? The coven must be broken." So Morgantha, 2 con saving throws. It's a pass. And a fail. Grunk wakes up. As one of her eyes goes cloudy and black.
Back, foul fiend. And Gwen's going to end her turn.
Okay. Moira.
Moira is going to cast Magic Missile at level 2.
Okay. Which target?
Morgantha.
Okay.
It did not give me a chance to do a higher level, so 4 attacks. So 4 missiles at 4 damage each, so that is 16.
You need to roll missiles.
Oh, right.
I ain't just letting you take the full damage.
I thought Magic Missile did the same damage for each missile.
No. Okay. So that rocks her a bit, and rocks the other sisters. They're not concentrating anything at present, so nothing happens that way. But she doesn't like all these darts being speared into her from you. Anything else Moira would like to do?
No, that will be the end of my turn.
Okay. Bella will attack Grunk with advantage, because he is prone. $24?
Yep.
So you take 11 slashing damage because you are no longer raging. Because you got put to sleep. Ophalia will... she'll attack the prone Grunk as well. He seems to cause a lot of problems for them. Actually, no. She will use Hold Person on Moira.
Hold person, and
Hold Person, let me cast a spell. 1 second.
that's abjuration, so I wouldn't have any. My racials wouldn't do anything, so,
DC 14 wisdom saving throw, please. You fight it off. You feel the clutch of the hag reaching around you, but you shrug it off. Nulla.
He whack.
Okay. Roll a d100.
Oh, no.
He's got advantage, right?
No, Grunk is prone. Nothing untoward happens. Good spot there, Kroll. But
I should.
not enough.
With his bonus action, he's going to cast this onto Grunk.
Okay, so you're now concentrating on the Shield of Faith.
Yeah, seeing Grunk take a bit of a beating, he casts Shield of Faith to help Grunk, and a shimmering field appears around him.
Grunk's AC is improved. Anything else you'd like to do?
That is all.
Church,
Can I make another attempt to hide?
you certainly can.
Okay, get used to that.
No, that does not beat their passive perception.
Okay, we'll shoot at Morgasm.
19 hits. Is your bow magical in any way?
Don't believe so. I think it's just a regular old heavy crossbow.
Okay, so that will do 7 damage.
That'll be it.
Okay, so now it is Kroll's turn.
Okay. Noticing that his scimitar didn't do that much damage, he will drop it and will swipe at Morgantha with his claws.
A 13 will miss.
I will use my inspiration for that one.
Okay. 19 does hit.
Oh, that wasn't worth it.
She flinches because reaches going, that your claws aren't sharp as mine, dearie.
I can't hear her.
That's right, you can't. Grunk, your turn.
To stand up, is that a bonus action or a main action?
Requires half your movement.
Oh, okay, so I will stand up then. And will attempt to hit Morgantha with my Warhammer.
Okay. 23 hits. This causes a slight ripple amongst the daughters.
And that will be it for me.
Okay, 1 second. I'll give my brother his medication. Be back in a second.
I want some too! Feed me pills, Tiny, you bitch!
Pills!
Pills
Me too.
here!
I've been journaling. I'm inherent.
You can just imagine Scoot saying something to pills.
pills here?
Pills here! What's he call you, Spilster?
I don't really know at this point. I've been called so many different things.
Spleenster.
Spleenster, that's the one.
Pregabalin doled out. Trust me, you don't want that stuff. It's pretty much toxic.
Will it kill me?
In high enough doses, yes. Well, in quite low doses, it'll kill you. It'll really do
I'll
a number
take
on
10.
your liver and kidneys. Oh, Sam, no.
I'll take 10.
Rev, no. But being shot full of darts is not enjoyable, so Morgantha will slash at Moira.
That's a hidden.
Okay. The Dretch will lunge at Crawl. That's the wrong thing. That's what it does. And it misses badly. Gwendolyn.
All right. I am going to lunge at. See, now I just want to call her Orgasm again. Damn it, Church. I'm going to lunge at the main hag with my sword.
Missing.
Dang. And noticing a second later that Moira has gone unconscious, I am going to use Second Wind together with Rallying Cry to heal 3 points of HP to Moira and Crawl and Grunk.
Okay. Crawl, Grunk, and Moira, you get 3 hit points back. Congratulations. Moira, your turn. You're prone.
Moira will get up and retaliate against Morgantha by using Witch Bolt.
Okay.
But I do have that prepared, right?
I hope so,
Yes.
otherwise it won't work.
I needed to remember what I had prepared.
Yeah, that crits. You catch her right in the face with it. Her wart goes sizzling off. So that is 17 lightning damage. She's looking very badly injured now. And her daughters rather, convulse and shake as that happens.
Alright, so this isn't... Oh, wait, no, it is a concentration, so my next turn, if it's still up, I can use my action to deal damage again.
Yes. So
Alright, it'll be the end of my turn.
put a little blue icon on YouTube so I know who's going on who. Bella, seeing this, will fire 2 bolts at Moira and 2 bolts at Nulla of magic missile.
Well, looks like I'm going down again.
So 3 damage and 3 damage against Moira, so you will fail automatically 1 death saving throw. And Nulla, you take 2 and 2, so you take 4. Please make 2 Constitution saving throws, Nulla. Your spell fades.
Heck.
Ophalia will... I'll take off the yellow symbol.
Oh, it's just about to do so.
We'll claw at Gwendolyn, since she's been hacking at her mother. Does a 25 hit?
Yes.
You take 15 slashing damage. Nulla, you feel the darts prickle your skin and cause pretty deep little holes in your body, along your arms.
He attacks and smites Morgasm.
17 hits. for 19 damage. Ouch. She is on her last legs and barely standing.
I think that's all I can do.
Okay. Church. That does not beat her passive perception. And 14 misses.
That's it. I'm done.
Okay. Crawl.
I've tried claws. I've tried a scimitar. Let's try magic. I'll try to freeze her.
.22 definitely hits.
What the fuck is that? What is that? What the fuck is that?
Don't look at it.
Just... Okay. She has disadvantage on the next attack she makes.
Fantastic. That's what I was really going for, not the damage. That'll be all.
Okay. Grunk. You see a whiff of nice, cooling, frosty breeze waft across Morgantha's back. She looks a bit confused and turns around, spinning, looking at Kroll.
Gronk is going to try and follow up on that fantastic icy goodness with his warhammer.
What is that?
16
Jesus.
misses.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, and that is, I think, all I can do.
I didn't give up my inspiration yet, did I?
Yes, you did, I think.
I thought I canceled that because I realized it was pointless.
Yeah,
did.
you cancelled it.
I'm gonna give my inspiration to Grunk if possible. Let him re-roll that attack.
Go for it, Grunky boy. No.
Oh, Jesus. I'm so sorry.
Morgantha turns the turtle perplexed and will... She used a pretty nasty spell, actually. She's getting sick and tired of being hit in the back by you. She will cast Phantasmal Killer. That should be a saving throw, though. You need to make a Wisdom saving throw, sorry. DC 14.
I'm going to give my advantage to Paul.
Oh, thank you.
Not advantage, inspiration.
You pass. The Phantasmal Killer tiptoes through your nightmares, seeing your deepest, darkest fears, and just slides away as your zen-like turtle nature precludes him from hurting you.
Thank you, Nelly.
Morgantha spits on the floor. The Dretch will attempt to bite Nilla again. Sorry, Nilla. Crawl. Does any of that junk hits?
That first one will make it through, the bite.
Okay, the bite catches you on the finger. It hurts, it's not too serious.
Ouch.
Gwendolyn.
Alright, Gwendolyn is getting about as frustrated with this combat as everyone else is, so she's going to try and deal a devastating blow to Morgantha. And she will definitely not. So that's her turn.
Okay. Moira. That is 2 failed death saving throws.
Oh boy.
Bella will just attack Grunk. Oh no. Oh fuck no.
Oh my god. This is
Oh,
how it's going to end.
Oh, that is untoward.
I gotta keep this clip handy.
What is that? What the fuck is that?
God damn it. Bella's claws whip out at lightning speed towards Grunk's neck, potentially trying to decapitate the poor half-orc. But Grunk, being a wily boy and balanced precariously in a bunch of pots and pans and various other kitchen utensils, ducks down right second, and the claw sinks deep into her mother's spine, severing her spine, and the mother falls over dead. And Bella lets out a terrible shriek in agony, and her eyes turn black and watery, and her eyes begin falling out of her head. And she starts holding her claws to her face. They take quite a bit of catastrophic damage from that, and looking very badly injured now. Ophalia makes a wisdom saving throw. And screams helplessly. Nulla.
Nulla kneels down and lays a hand on Moira's head and heals her with healing hands or lay on hands for all of her 11 health. A flash of light and a faint glow across Moira, and she looks much healthier. And
very impressive.
That will. Can you move? Can I move up in between, on top of the corpse of?
Sure.
Cool. And that is it.
Church. You hear horrible wailing coming from inside.
How injured does the wretch look?
No one's attacked it yet.
Ah. What about the two daughters?
They look very badly injured.
Okay, he will aim for the closest one. Attempt to hide first, perhaps? Around the corner of the door.
You have advantage on that, so that beats their passive perception.
Oh my god. Fires a crossbow bolt.
It hits!
Oh my god.
For 7 damage.
That'll be it. We gotta kill these 3 stooges.
Crawl, your turn.
I'll try to freeze the dredge next to me. It's the closest thing.
Okay. A 13 will hit. Yeah, it doesn't get frozen. It doesn't seem to get hurt much by the cold either. But it does look a bit scared and worried now. Grunk.
Am I able to attack the sisters from where I am?
Yeah.
Okay, I will attack the one closest to me here with my warhammer.
One to the east of you, sure. 14 will miss.
And that's it for me.
Morgantha's corpse bubbles and boils, and the Dretch steps forward. Oh no, can't support because Nulla's there. The Dretch does something very unpleasant. It basically poops itself. To not put a too fine a word on it.
Oh,
around
delicious.
corners? What the fuck?
A ghastly smell and horrible green cloud just bursts out of the Dretch. You can't be poisoned anyway, you're a warforged.
Shh! I'm completely normal, mortal, human person, man. Shut the fuck up. I think I only have resistance to poison, actually. Does that mean the same as immune?
No, resistance means you get advantage.
Resistance
and damage as well. You take half damage from poison.
Okay, well you're God, so never mind.
So I'm seeing a fail on Grunk. Oh yeah, it's the beginning of the turn, so don't worry about it yet. But I'll poison Grunk for the shit of it, because he already failed. Where's the poison ball gone? There we go. Gwendolyn, your turn. You smell a terrible stink, but it doesn't bother you. It's unpleasant.
All right, Gwen is going to take a strike at whichever hag is right to her north.
You strike Ophalia with a 17 for 10 slashing damage.
Is she looking dead? I mean, holy crap, they've gotten gotten by with a lot of damage already.
She's looking on her last legs.
All right,
But it's
and
not dead.
Gwen ends her turn.
Moira, please make a Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
You don't care about the stink. You smell worse things in your laboratories and things.
Moira will magic missile the Dretch with 2 bolts, and then the sister on her last legs with 1 bolt.
Okay. So 2 to the one to the north, 2 to the one to the bottom.
I'm only doing level 1.
Oh, level 1, so 1 to the top, 2 to the bottom, you say?
Said 2 to the Dretch, and then 1 to the sister.
Oh, sorry. So 7 to the Dretch, and 3 to the sister bomb.
Yep, Moira also stands up, and that's the end of her turn.
Okay. Bella, thankfully, is immune to poison. But she's attacking with disadvantage anyway because she's blinded. She'll swing wildly at Grunk. Because that worked so well last time.
Everyone's loving the Grunk.
Does the 13 hit?
A 13 does not hit.
Okay, she misses by quite a wide margin. Ophalia will attack Gwendolyn. This is again at disadvantage. Does the 16 hit?
No, it does not.
Damn. Nilla, your turn. Oh, sorry, Nilla. Make a Constitution saving throw. Yeah, you're fine.
Is that barrel that Morgantha banged close by?
Yes, it is.
Can I bang on it?
How many times do you want to bang on it?
Can I recall how many times she banged on it?
Make an intelligence check. Yeah, she banged on it 3 times.
Yeah, Nola will bang on it 3 times.
Disappears.
He looks around and sees the dredge disappear, and he sort of just goes, "Good, disgusting thing." Was that my action?
Yeah, that's it. You get 1 free object of interaction use per turn.
Oh, funky. Well, then I hit the sister to his east.
Okay, go for it. 14 will miss.
Heck. That's all.
Church.
Same target.
Okay, you have advantage. 22 hits.
I have an advantage with an 8.
They are currently reeling and blinded from their eyes falling out of their heads, so yes, you get advantage. on
Oh,
spells.
okay.
And that does 15 divided by 2, so 7. This one goes down. Give me a description.
After slipping around the corner with the 2 hags distracted, Church lines up another bolt, centers and fires. It strikes true to the center of the hag's chest. I about called her a stag for some reason. And it pins her back onto the stairs at the feet of her sister, and a hot spray of blood over. She bleeds for the glory of us! That's it.
Good thing Kroll can't hear you. I must be very worried. Kroll, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Oh gosh. That was graphic. I'll try to freeze this last one. The dretch has disappeared suddenly.
21 hits. For a little bit of cold damage. But no disadvantage.
Nope, just misses. That'll be all for me.
Okay. Grunk.
Grunk is gonna try his best to finish this kick.
A crit might well do that. Ouch. Give me a description.
Grunk, just having enough of the mess that this has been, just gets up onto the stairs behind the last hag and just roars and slams his warhammer sideways so she gets impaled into the wall, becoming a mush, squirting more glorious red liquid all over the party.
And combat is over. And the kitchen is awash with dead bits of chicken, running, fleeing toads and frogs, and the dead bodies of three now strange old women and two ugly daughters, now clearly deformed night hags.
Gwen's
Gwen's
really wants that talk.
So Grunk, you were first. What is it you want to do?
So I was just saying, because I saw Church rush up the stairs, he really wanted to finish that talk.
Very possibly. Gwen, you were next. What did you want to do?
Gwen was going to motion to Ismark and Elena to come inside before Strahd comes.
Okay. So Ismark and Elena come into the very now cramped windmill. What are you doing with the bodies?
I was going to search him.
Okay, so you want to search them. Crawl, what do you want to do?
I've seen Church run upstairs, so I guess I'll make a move to follow him.
Okay, so you've gone upstairs with him. Nilla, what do you do? Don't need to move your tokens. I was going to leave one of these layers so just we know where they are so you can see things.
Oh.
It's fine though.
Does anybody know about night hags in this pie? Because you said that the bodies have just turned to bubbling goo, right?
Their eyes turned to bubbling goo. Once Morgana died.
Oh.
You could make an Arcana or a history check to see, or a religion check to see if you know about them at all.
I think religion might be, yeah.
They're not mentioned in great detail in religious texts, but you know them as being foes of truth and justice and stealers of children.
He's glad they've been slain and will remove them from the building and chuck them outside.
Okay, so you drag them outside and dump them there. And last but not least, what does Moira want to do?
Well, for starters, if those pies weren't actually removed from the oven, do that before they start burning and start a fire. And second, she is going to look around and see if she can find anything. and not find anything at all.
Okay, so Moira burns the pies by accident, so they're toasted beyond belief, but she just get them out of the oven before they start a fire in the windmill. Gwendolyn, give me an investigation roll for searching the bodies, please. You don't find much. That they're so covered in blood and so badly mangled, it's hard to find anything on them.
Ooh,
All
can we
right.
set them on fire?
Yeah, I was going to say we should probably burn them.
Evil beings, burn them like the children that they burnt.
Oh yeah, there's a kid in here somewhere.
Or there was.
Maybe he was one of the frogs.
Possibly. This was the 7, you'd still find one of the potions. You find a reddish elixir, a reddish-looking tea-like elixir that has the label "laughter" written on it.
Who found that?
That would be Gwen. This would be on Morgantha in particular.
All right. Well, Gwen is pretty much useless when it comes to magic, so she'd pass it to Moira and say, "Do you recognize this?"
Moira will take a look at it and do a quick look over of it. And does she know what it is with a 16?
No, you've never heard of an elixir called laughter before that's red and tea-like.
I wouldn't be able to tell you. I don't think I've seen anything like this.
A strange concoction. And Gwen will pocket it to maybe bring it somewhere.
I mean, if there's still frogs around, you could like give them some of it and see what happens.
But how would we know that this laughter interacts with human physiology the same way? Or humanoid physiology?
Would Gwen know that? That's sort of modern medical science.
Fair point, but Gwen's not really in the mood to feed any frogs. Besides, she sees that a lot of them seem to be making for the open door.
We could like pinch each in every individual frog to see if they change back.
You could do that.
We could kiss them as well.
All right, listen here, you freak. You're not making out with any frogs in this session.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to do a bit of frog pinching just to see if any of them turn back.
That's just jokes, by the way. I don't think you're a freak.
Well, do any of the frogs bump into anything on the way out?
No, they seem to be making a determined exit to the southeast, through the doorway.
All right. And Gwen didn't see Church bite himself, so she wouldn't figure that we need to pinch the frogs anyways.
So, is that everyone happy with what they've done so far? And I can go on to narrating the second floor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Church and Crawl, you're on the second floor of the windmill.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have spoken for everybody on the first floor.
Did we end up burning the bodies?
Yes, the bodies have been burnt afterwards, once you've searched them pretty thoroughly. So there's a small smouldering pile of purple-skinned, horned, night-hag creatures. You'd know roughly what they were. You wouldn't know the full sort of abilities of them in terms of transforming and spellcasting, but you'd know they'd be quite evil creatures.
Was that polymorph spell a timed thing, or was it a permanent until the spell to change?
You don't know.
Alright.
So what are Crawl and Church doing on the second floor?
Church is going to bend down and retrieve the jawbone that he's seen her attempt to hide. And he will turn to Crawl. She kicked this underneath while she thought I wasn't looking. And he's going to examine it to see... I mean, I imagine it's bone dry, right?
Where? Yes, it is very dry.
Oh my god. We may not have much time left. He'll drop the jawbone since there's not much he can do with that, and he will continue further up.
Okay. Oh.
Carl is going to pick up the jawbone and just give it a look over, because he couldn't hear any of what Church just said to him. It looks human.
It looks small and human. So as Church approaches the top floor of the windmill, there is a rotten wooden closet and 3 crates stacked one on top of another, with a small door set into them. Next to the closet is a heap of discarded clothing, and a ladder climbs up to a wooden trap door by a mouldy bed to the northeast of you that goes up into the attic of the windmill. There is a sudden burst of crying from the boxes that are stacked on top of each other next to you.
Of course, Church will approach them. Hello, my name is Church. Is someone there?
A small, naked young boy covered in little red dots, which look like pinpricks, clings onto the bars.
The bars?
The bars in the box, yes, there are the slats in front of it.
Oh, so it's like a little cage then, right? A crate?
Right, yeah.
Great.
His eyes are watering and his lip is trembling.
Church is looking over the box and trying to see if there's some sort of way that he can open it himself.
Yeah, there's a little slot, a little wooden latch you could do that with.
Don't be alarmed. They are dead. He'll attempted to comfort him, despite Church's looks and mannerisms, but he will open the crate.
Okay. Inside you would find a young boy, very similar to the one you saw that got taken away. A Lucian Jarov.
Do your parents like pies this much enough to trade you?
He is just crying and reaches out of the crate to hold on to you and clings on to you.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, since he's not exactly very responsive, Church will just grab him and I guess he'll take off like his priestly overcoat and put it on the boy and walk him back downstairs.
Okay. So you're taking him all the way downstairs to the ground floor or to just the second floor?
The ground floor. He'll probably stop and say something to Crawl, but Crawl wouldn't hear it anyways.
Seeing that there's a boy, though, and remembering all of those frogs, Crawl might make his way back down and try to look for some.
As Church comes down from the stairs above, he'll announce to the group as he walks Lucian to the bottom floor. We have succeeded. He is still alive. But I'm not sure what these are, he says, pointing to Lucian and the pinpricks that he's covered in.
Lucian would through crying and snuffling, say, "They kept poking and stabbing me. I don't know why. They kept hurting me."
Does he look injured?
More that he's in pain than he is actually injured.
Oh, okay. I was going to give him some heals.
You can if you want to still. He's imagine like a case of measles, but rather than every spot being a blister, just every spot is a deep-ish pinprick.
Oh, yeah, Nola will go over and lay a hand on his shoulder and speak some words and heal him up for 4 health.
Okay, they'd start to close up, but they'd look quite badly infected still. They'd look like they're very sore. He's no immediate danger of bleeding out or anything, but he's better than he was, thanks to you. Does anyone else want to go upstairs or any other floors?
Moira was going to check the other floors for stuff.
Okay, I'll put you... Since Church go up there, I'll delete him from up there.
Church will point out, he will mention that he didn't check the attic or search any of the rooms.
Alright, gonna search this room.
Where in particular?
We'll say with all the boxes first.
There are lots of scratch marks inside the boxes. They've clearly had quite a few victims in here. Lots of spilled little squirts of blood in the boxes. The piles of children's clothes doesn't reveal much. There's clothing there that's been there for a while, and the bed has strange lumps in it.
Alright, Moira's going to take a double look at the bed. Would you like me to do another investigation roll?
Yes, please. You start picking through the various lumps of rotten bedding and you realise that no one's actually been sleeping in this bed. And they've been hiding things here instead. There are long, thick, dark needles in the bed. And some small bits of jewellery. Things like forget-me-not brooches and memento mori that children would wear.
Would I be able to tell how many?
There's a good handful of them. There currently are... Roll me 2d8. You find 7 of these little brooches in the bed. These are pretty common for the Barovian people to give to children as sort of a memento of family. You manage to find 7 that are intact enough to scrounge up to sell or barter with or trade or whatever you want to do with them.
Yeah, might as well take them. Could I do a Arcana check on the black needles?
Certainly. You feel just unpleasant touching them. Like touching them feels like greasy fat is running up and down the needle, and it makes you want to drop it as you're holding it.
Yeah, she wants to stay as far away from those as possible.
But you can add 7 memento mori to children's memento mori to your inventory. But it would appear that old bone grinder has been taken out of commission and is safe to be slept in at night. The fire outside the windmill burns for quite some time, oily, thick black smoke coruscating up into the night, and the stars don't shine, and the area is covered in fog. It even starts grasping up around the base of the windmill, but doesn't quite subsume it.
So we're going to stay here the night, huh?
Maybe one of us
Yes.
should check the attic.
Yeah, might as well check up in the attic.
Okay, so you climb up the attic into the small domed chamber at the top. And you've reached the windmill's peak, a domed chamber filled with old machinery. There's not much to move around, and the light slips into this attic through small holes in the walls.
Well, might as well make an investigation. Or is there, like, absolutely nothing up here other than the machinery?
You've not checked. This is only what you immediately see.
What do I find with a 13?
You find lots of old, dead birds' nests, the eggs having been smashed by something and splattered about on the various little nooks and crannies of the upstairs, the dome.
Something has or something hasn't?
Something has smashed them.
Alright.
You see one or two birds nailed to the sides of the dome with those thick black iron needles. Sorry, those thick, greasy black needles.
Those hags must have been hanging out up here. Yeah, Moira will go back downstairs and tell everyone else that there doesn't seem to be much of anything up there.
Show to Oni.
Okay. Does anyone want to insight check that?
Sure, considering the circumstances of this weird place.
You'd think something is troubling Moira. She's seen something up there that she doesn't quite like the look of.
Are you sure? Considering what we found here, the small boy, surely there's more than nothing.
Oh, there didn't look to be much of use to us. She'll show them the mementos. I found these and some of these black rods, which I was looking at them and something about them just didn't sit well, so I wanted to stay away from those. Something just ain't right about them.
Black rods. Sounds evil.
So the night begins to wear on, and the thick billowing of the smoke dies down, and the fog creeps a little bit closer up the hill. It's now about 11:30. What is it you all do? What plans do you make for the evening?
Can we sort of fortify the doors and the broken window where Church fell in, just in case Strahd decides to pay us a visit?
Sure, you can spend some time moving furniture around. There's certainly enough caskets and things in the kitchen to do so.
I will do that then.
Church will assist as he plans on standing sentry in the window. He'll go up to the third floor since he'll be able to see out that one instead of a boarded up window. And we'll keep watch for the night.
Okay. The little boy doesn't leave your side, Church. He follows you all the way up there again. Whereabouts is Moira hanging out? So I know which tokens to delete.
She'll hang out on the second floor by the back of the top of the steps here, or not the top of the steps, it's there. So on the walkway area back here.
Okay. Church, what is your passive perception?
16.
You would notice the child is picking up one of the black needles.
Church will slowly rotate his head 180 degrees to look back at the child. Put that down. That is dangerous and of evil magic. Come. And he'll wave to the child.
Okay, make a persuasion check with advantage. He slowly, hesitantly put it down and pull the jacket you've given around him tighter and step closer to you.
Why would you take such an interest in something used to harm you?
It felt like it was pulling something out of my body when they stabbed me with it. I wanted to know what it was. You're not like a normal person, are you, Mr. Church?
I am a completely normal human person, man. He just smiles, speaking through his teeth.
You seem nicer than my parents. They gave me away.
That is correct. I regret to inform you, your parents are not very parenty. Maternal?
That'd be for the mother, but parental.
Parental. I'm so fucking stupid. Parental was the word I was looking for. I was close.
You were very close. And for that, we admire you. So we have Grunk upstairs busying with boarding up the window, or sort of blocking it up with Moira, and then doing the door. What's Nulla doing while this is going on? And does it involve the barrel?
Yeah, I was going to say he's having a look at the barrel and he's going to sit down next to it and tap on it a few times, or 3 times.
You're tapping on it 3 times. Okay. Okay, so you're doing that. What is Crawl doing?
I guess he'll mostly be staying by the door, in case there's trouble. Can't really communicate with anyone right now, so... did he find any frogs around?
A few of the frogs will be lurking around still, yes.
Okay. He would probably, pick one up and try to start speaking to it, even though he couldn't hear what it says back.
It looks like it's trying to communicate, but again, you can't really lip read a frog because it's not got any lips.
After seeing what happened to Church and knowing that there was a child here, could he try to maybe bonk it on the head a bit? It causes a damage.
So you're causing non-lethal damage for 1 hit point. Okay, make an athletics check. You bonk this one, and slowly but surely it unfurls into a naked child. The child stands there looking rather nonplussed.
Alright, I will put him down carefully.
He just stands there impassively staring at you.
Crawl's gonna go ahead and yell out for anyone he sees around Grunk.
Grunk will be busy on the second floor. Gwendolyn would be available.
Miss Gwendolyn.
Yes.
I've caused a situation.
All right. Gwen will take a look and see a child where there was no child before. She will glance at Crawl and ask, even though he can't hear her, "What did you do?"
It was a frog.
Gwen
Uh,
will look.
Yeah, after seeing what happened to Mr. Church, I tried an experiment.
Gwen will look again at the child and back at Crawl. She doesn't really understand.
The child stands there naked, looking at you very unexpectedly, with a blank look on its face. It seems pretty devoid of emotions.
It was a frog. I hid it, and now it's a boy.
All right. Gwen will begin to understand and look for another frog.
Okay, whilst that is happening, a Dretch appears in front of Nulla.
Does it seem hostile?
No.
I guess he'll ask it a question. Why are you in the barrel?
Do you speak Abyssal?
No.
You feel a thought probing into your mind. It sounds like shrieking and cacophony and mad things screaming. And it bares its teeth and coughs up phlegm towards you and smirks a little bit, like a dumb dog would after performing a trick.
He looks disgusted and just... I don't know, he puts his face into it, not his face, the Dretch's face into it, and looks at it and goes, no, bad.
Okay. Make a DC 11 Constitution saving throw.
After this, he's going to bang on the barrel 3 times, and is just disgusted and sickened by this.
The stench lingers for a lot longer this time and pervades most of the tower. Just a horrible rising stink. And Gwendolyn and Kralt will get hit by it immediately, and they would feel horrible, as it smells even worse than last time. The child doesn't even flinch. It would waft up to Moira, and the little boy, Lucien, would scream at the top of the tower, very, very loud, as he smells it.
Nulla doesn't know why he tried to talk to this thing. He just looks at the child that's stood there devoid of emotion. When did this one get here? Who are you?
Crawl made him out of a frog. Apparently,
Go ahead.
apparently, there is more than one, or there may be more than one child who has been transformed into a frog here.
Nulla just stares blankly at Gwen and... Did you not let a bunch of frogs out into the wild?
Yes, but that was before I realized. And she will go back to looking for more frogs.
The little boy says, I come from Barovia. It's my village. It's Strahd's village. We all live under Strahd. He is our prince. In a very slow, deliberate monotone. Make an investigation check to see if any more frogs lurking about in the room. Seems like most of them have flown the coop now. There's a few here ribbits outside in the grass and the fog, but it's hard to find them in the dark. And the door is barricaded, so it'd be a hard time getting out as well.
All right. So after failing to find any frogs, I think Gwen is going to go sit by Ismark and Alina and just keep them company while also sitting guard, keeping an eye open to see if anything happens.
Okay. They'll be discussing now. They've heard of this place and little folks' stories and tales about it was a place where pastries were made, and didn't realize how horrible it was and what they were really doing here. Those strange monsters outside were the real chefs and cooks of this place. The little boy would remark, they poked me with pins. Nothing seemed to happen there. They weren't very happy with what happened. You would notice that he has a few pricks on his arms, but not as many as Lucian did.
Does this child have a name?
He hasn't told it to you. Crawl, make a nature check, as you may get some strange vibes off him from being your druidic nature.
Oh.
There is something off about his physiology. It's like he's a copy of something, or a shadow of something. Like, not everything is there that should be there.
Interesting.
Irina would pass him a shawl or a shirt or something to cover the boy and sit him down next to them. And he would just sit there very impassively, not really reacting to anything. No real emotions.
At some point while he was having a talk with them, or maybe they're distracting him, Kroll would mention that to Gwendolyn very quietly, that there's something not quite right about that boy, that there's something missing.
Is Moira coming downstairs now?
She hears what's going on, so she's going to the stairs to see. Would she able? I imagine I'd have to do like an Arcana roll to determine if there's a connection between the child's lack of emotions and those needles I found earlier.
Sure, make an Arcana check. This will be quite difficult, though, as you're trying to piece two different arcane things together.
If I fail, I can use my inspiration. Okay, could I use my inspiration to make that an advantage?
No, you can roll again.
Damn it.
You'd think that there's something wrong about the boy, and the needles may have been checking or probing for something.
That's the extent I get from that. Alright.
Yes.
Hmm. She was gonna say something, but since she can't really get a clear understanding of what's the what am I trying to say? She'll mention that the needles seem to be like searching for something in them, but she doesn't really know more than that. Which I also believe was something that was already stated. So Moira is useful.
You're an excellent comedic foil, if nothing else. Does anyone else have anything they want to do during the evening at the old bone grinder?
Make Lucian look for his clothes in this pile I'm standing on.
He would find them and get dressed if you told him to.
Yeah, get dressed.
He pulls on his pants, etc. He clings to the coat and sort of frowns at you, saying, "Can I not keep it?"
Church will just pause for a moment, but he'll nod. Yes. Keep the coat, but if I let you keep the coat, can you tell me what the hags were discussing while you were here? Anything you heard?
They said I was a tasty one. There was other boys here too, but they took them away. They didn't poke and hurt them as much as they did me.
Do you know where?
They took them back down to the ground floor, to the mill. Sorry, the second floor, to the mill. They screamed a lot. I didn't like it.
Yeah, also, I asked him a question originally, but he didn't respond because he was too busy freaking out. Church will ask him again about why his parents traded him off. Was it for pies?
He would get teary-eyed at this and start mopping at his eye and nod his head. They got a lot of pies from Morgantha, and they didn't pay her properly. She said I had to go with her. I didn't want to.
Did your parents want you to?
No, they didn't want to give me away. They loved me. My parents. They had to because Morgantha made them. My mum and dad aren't bad.
What do you mean she made them?
She told them they had to.
She only used words to make them do something, such as giving their child away.
He'd sniffle and sob. He doesn't really understand. He's only 7.
God damn it. All right, that's it.
Okay, did anyone else want anything before they get their long rest in for the night? I will take that as a no, and by the powers invested in me as a DM, you have reached level 4. And this seems like a good place to take our 15-minute break so we can do the levels up.
And I thought 3 was too many. Oh. Okay, break time it is. I'll try and level up as well.
Okie dokie.
Cripes, that means I need to figure out how to increase my proficiencies, don't I?
To do that, you simply click the cog to the top That
fine.
is a sensible thing.
we're back.
Okay, we return back to the old bone grinding windmill, and the night progresses on, and people are in various states of disrepair and repair. You still have a strange, naked young boy in the bottom of the tower. Well, windmill. And a now dressed one in the form of Lucian at the top. You are all reinvigorated in terms of HP and ability scores and spell slots, etc. Mysteriously, Crawl, you're no longer blind and deaf.
Oh, thank God. Or Sylvanas. Feels so much better. You never realize how much you rely on your hearing until you can't hear anymore.
You hear little pops and squeaks as your hearing comes back, and a strange sloshing sound coming from a barrel next to Nulla.
Oh. Something inside.
Tap it 3 times and find out.
I couldn't hear what was happening, but I could see what was happening, Miss Gwendolyn.
Yes, I am just teasing you. It's good to have you back.
It's very
I
good to be back.
I take it your hearing is back?
It seems so.
Excellent.
None of the others seem to hear this sloshing noise coming from inside the barrel. Just you, Crawl.
Oh. Mr. Noller, have you tried taking the top off yet? There's certainly something inside.
What does Nulla do?
I think Nulla was making a sandwich.
How many sandwiches is he making? Good lord. Let's say that Nulla agrees and just opens the barrel. He does it fairly carefully and screws the top and opens it up for you. Inside, you see a large amount of a red liquid that is sloshing around and moving by itself.
Oh, what's it smell like?
Kind of coppery and irony.
Oh. Well, I'm assuming that's what powers this thing.
Very possibly. It is attached to the grinding wheel of the mast of the windmill. On the inside of the lid, there is a strange etching of something in a language you don't understand. Unless you speak Abyssal.
I don't. Can anyone decipher this? Where's Mr. Church?
I saw him go upstairs with a strange child. It seemed attached to him.
Lucian was indeed very attached to Mr. Church for freeing him. Hard past, I'm not sure. That is a very big coincidence. Lucian tugs on your arm and says, "What's that?" and points out the window towards a black coach riding up the road. Yes.
Hello.
You would see braziers on the sides of the front of the carriage with a strange pale green flame. The horses illuminated look sickly and skeletal almost, and a hunched figure whipping them on the driver's seat. But it looks almost ghostly through the fog. So Nilla, they've opened up your little barrel type drum, and they found it's full of a strange red liquid that smells of iron and copper. And there is a strange sigil on the inside of the barrel that's in a language which you probably don't know.
I do not know Abyss or no, which I think is what you said before, that the demon spoke to me.
Yes,
The Dredge.
The Dredge did, yes.
And I'm assuming red liquid with an irony smell is likely blood. But that's out of character, that.
Well, you can think of that in character as well. It's not too untoward to think that. Does Nilla do anything in particular in regards to the barrel or the information that Church has just yelled down from the top story of the bone grinder?
What did he yell down?
Stop making sandwiches.
Yes, you fat bitch. There's something spotted on the road coming towards us.
He'd definitely stand to attention if that's the case. He's more interested in keeping everyone safe than the barrel being opened. He'll just mouth to Crawl, be careful, and then ready his shield and mace.
Krull isn't cursed now, by the way.
I didn't know that. Nice.
It is nice. We're all having a nice time as the carriage pulls up to a stop at the turn off towards the bone grinder.
He's the I forgot the girl's name from the village, the one that he's off, that Strahd's after.
Irina.
Irina, is she on the bottom floor with the rest of us?
Yeah, she's bottom floor with you.
Okay, in that case, I will sort of stand in front of her protectively with Nulla, just in case someone tries to come through the door.
I'll put them on the thing for you so you can see them. For the people watching out the window, that'd be probably Moira and Church. Make perception checks. Church would be able to see Moira has a hard time at this elevation, looking through the fog. It looks like two female figures have slipped out of the back of the carriage. And they're hugging quite close to the ground and moving quickly towards the tower.
2 contacts approaching the structure. Prepare yourselves. Church will call out, and he will is the window open? Or is it fixed?
You could lift it open. You could open it.
He'll crack the window open and rest his crossbow on it and attempt to get a bead on the figures moving through the smoke or the fog, I guess.
Okay, you certainly can do that. Like a snake swimming through water, curving from left to right, left to right. It almost looks like their feet aren't touching the ground and they're just gliding through the fog. As they get closer, you notice one of the strange figures that's gliding the fog is carrying a small bundle. As it gets closer, the bundle appears to be crying and wailing.
Is anyone good at imitating hags?
Moira had that hair thing going on. Maybe she can do it.
You did leave the burning bodies outside of the windmill.
But at this point, would they not be like basically charred to like ruins?
They'd be very badly burnt, yes. But a hag does not have the same physiology as a... Well, they've got horns. It's a bit of a giveaway.
So we're just looking for a horny character.
But so they get closer to the bone grinding windmill.
Oh, they look friendly.
Yeah, they're very friendly.
What the fuck is that?
She got badonkadonk.
Well, Church isn't going to fire like an originally planned since they seem to have a child with them, so...
They slink towards the front of the door, sniffing. You hear audible sniffles and snuffles coming through the door.
And could I cast a spell?
Certainly.
I'm not sure how helpful this will be, but
Ooh. So this will get everyone apart from Church and Lucian. Oh no, it would just get you 6 down there. So 6 creatures. Oh no, it's not on the creatures, so it would be everyone apart from Church and Lucian. So, do you want them to be quiet? Do you want them to be stealthy? What do you want them to do?
yeah, just completely silent.
Okay, Grunk, Nulla, Kroll, Gwendolyn, and Moira, please make stealth checks.
Alright, these rolls have a +10.
They do. Grunk is pretty quiet. Something unpleasant happens to Nulla. Gwen is very quiet, 28. Moira is pretty damn quiet at 23. And Crawl has 21, so he's pretty quiet as well. Nulla, unfortunately, knocks... let's roll a D100. Nulla, roll a D100 for me, please. You knock into the barrel as you're trying to be quiet, and it almost tips over. Almost.
Can I attempt to
Make
grab
a
it?
sleight- Make a sleight of hand check. Yes, you steady it and slam the lid on it as quickly as possible. As you think you see something rising up out of the blood, well, the red liquid.
Oh, that's his eyes seem to be wider than usual, and he looks very frantic.
But the vampires do hear this and hiss and begin climbing the tower. Looking for a way inside.
Church can hear this?
You'd hear them scuffling up the walls, yeah.
Church will close the window, and he will grab Lucian and attempt to hide from the like underneath the window sill.
Okay, make a stealth roll, please. Roll a D100.
I mean, they've got a fucking baby with them, so maybe we should get it.
Lucian cries out in shock as you pull him close to the windowsill. And he's asked, Mr. Church, what's going on? I thought you were going to rescue me. What's happening?
We're not finished doing that just yet. Be quiet.
Okay, so they would continue up the tower. And you would hear them on the roof, and a small wailing cry goes out. And whilst hanging down, looking through the window at you, they would say, "Come outside, pretty mortals. Come outside."
Yes, perfectly normal human mortals we are. What the hell do you want?
You've taken over the bone grinder from poor old Granny Morgantha. That's not nice. Strahd doesn't like people messing with his loyal little subjects. Come outside, little mortals. Come outside.
What are you doing with that? He will point. Is this the one holding the baby? I'm assuming.
Yes, this one.
Yeah, he will point to the child and ask what they're doing with it.
She grins wolfishly and extends an arm away from the tower holding the child. And she says, "Nothing." And she lets go.
Oh, God damn it.
Can Moira see her do this?
No.
Alright. Wrong side of the tower. Or
No.
no.
You're on the right side. It's just, she's way above you.
Would I be able to use a reaction featherfall on the fallen bag?
Make a dexterity saving throw to see how fast you react to it. Because it is dark, there's not much light to it, and you didn't expect this to be happening. So if you get above a 15 on a dexterity saving throw, you can cast it.
Damn.
You see it out the corner of your eye, but before you can utter the words, there is a horrifying as it hits the ground and bounces, and the wailing stops.
Well, I guess jumping out the window to grab it isn't going to be a thing, so... After Church watches this happen, he'll back up from the window, and he'll take Lucian by the hand. We will be with you shortly. Come, Lucian. And he will guide Lucian back down to the first floor.
Okay, I'll move you down to the first floor. 1 second. Moira, you see Church pass, holding Lucian's hand. How does Church look at present?
Like he usually does. His skin looks a little smudgy, a little extra wrinkly. It almost looks like his face is melting a bit. And he's not wearing his coat.
The two figures continue to scrabble around the top of the tower, looking for a way in.
Unless they're planning some sort of elaborate prank. These two creatures may not be suffered to live any longer if that indeed was a child. Please watch Lucian. Whether or not the rest of you follow, I am going outside to do my job and rid the world of these horrible entities. And Church moves over to the door bearing his crossbow and is obviously preparing to go outside and fight.
Grank will happily join in after hearing the thud of said dead baby, and will, in his rage, start throwing the barricaded door bits apart, trying to get out quickly.
Yeah, might as well. Moira's coming downstairs. And she'll follow you out.
Church will wave to Gwendolyn and motion her to move into a position with Grunk and Nuller. So Church can open the door, and those three can move outside first.
Grunk will turn back to the Baravians, tell them to watch the kids and hide, just in case, before they all, charge outside.
And Gwen's gonna go beside Nuller, but she's also gonna keep herself between the doorway and the Barovians.
Okay.
Prior to stepping outside, would I be allowed to cast mage armor on myself?
Certainly.
Alright. So that brings my AC to a total of 15.
Good stuff. So the barricade is torn aside, and the party comes streaming out. Silently, without steps, and they would see the small bundle lying splayed apart in bits and pieces on the ground. It is an infant. About 2-3 years old. The strange figures are on the top layer of the bone grinder. They're holding on to the pinnacle of the onion dome, looking down at you. They are seemingly laughing through clenched teeth, displaying their fangs.
Well, if we're outside now, Church isn't going to hesitate, and he's going to attempt... Well, he's following the rest of the party outside. Is there, like, the wooden bits that go around the outside? Can he, like, hide underneath any of those?
Yeah, you could hide underneath them. You wouldn't really have a line of sight to shoot in them because they're up at an angle above you.
Sure. Okay.
You'd have to go further away from the tower to do so.
Sure, he will do just that until he can see both of them and immediately fire.
Okay. Did you close the door, anyone?
I did tell the Baravians to close the door up and barricade themselves back in.
Okay, so they're getting locked inside. And you're leaving the strange child with them.
Unless anyone really wants to bring the child out to see the dead baby.
Look!
All right, sorry guys, I had a toddler come and demand a Peppa Pig book. What just happened?
Maybe we should have Gwen stay inside. We're all going outside to fight these bitches, but there's it's questionable whether or not they can get in through the top floor.
All right. Well, Gwen is very much pissed off because people just said that there was a baby that dropped from the sky, but she's taken on herself to protect Irenia and Ismark, so she's going to stand inside with herself between the door and the Barovians.
Okay, so Lucian is sat on the stairs, holding himself wrapped in Church's coat. The unnamed so far, or the name you haven't got yet, out of the other naked child, is just stood looking at Irina.
I suppose we'll leave the door open then if Gwen's going to stay inside.
Nah, I'd say it's probably best to shut it, just in case.
Well, I mean non-barricaded.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Okay, so you are going to shoot at them straight away, Church. Give me an attack roll. 15 will miss.
Of course it will.
They snigger and cackle and laugh at you, deriding comments of, "Poor little matchstick man, can't save a little baby."
Gronk is going to yeet a javelin at them.
That'll be a disadvantage, but you could throw one at them, yes.
Yeah, go on then. He doesn't like people making fun of Church.
Who gives a shit about the baby, right?
Oh, that too.
A 17 will hit.
Holy shit!
For 6 piercing damage. It doesn't do a lot of damage because it's a mundane weapon, but it does hurt them. Let's see if they fall off the...
Them or just one?
Just one of them. So, using them in the singular. No, they don't fall off the minaret.
After hitting them with that, Gronk was screaming at them, "Come down here and fight!"
They skitter and move around the other side of the windmill and are seemingly doing something to the machinery of the windmill. You hear the slice of claws through old rotten wood.
I'm assuming the sound would also carry through the windmill.
Oh yeah, you would see the center thing shake as it's getting attacked by these vampires at the top.
Alright, so Gwen's gonna motion for Lucian to stand behind the adults, and she's going to position herself near the stairs.
Okay, the naked child slowly approaches Irina.
Does Irina do anything, or is it just slowly sort of wandering up to her?
It's walking towards her. Its hands are sort of straight by its sides, and it's staring at her, and its mouth slowly opens.
Oh dear.
I'd like to take a look to see if I see fangs.
Sure, make a perception check. No fangs, but it doesn't look like it's really alive. There's something off about its countenance, the way its features just sort of hang there, and its chest rises and falls just at an odd rhythm. The lack of any emotion in the things it does.
Well, at that, Gwen is going to urge Irina to get away from the child, and she will warn the child, "Stop! Come no further."
Lucian pulls the jacket around him tighter and says, "He's one of those strange ones from the village." And the boy just looks and impassively stares at you. Strahd wants Irina. She belongs to him.
Strahd has come for Irina before. It is not the place for a prince to send a child to do his job.
Once he has her, all of this will be over. All of it. And the child sort of hangs there like a marionette with its strings cut, just limply.
Okay, and hearing that, is the clawing still happening on Gru?
Yes, it's getting louder.
So Gwen's gonna call for the others. Hurry! They are after Irina!
So you would see them. I'll put your tokens up there so you can get an idea of where they are.
That works. Oh, so they're like going for the giant blade mechanism?
Yes, precisely.
Oh, those bitches. First a baby, now the windmill.
Well, they realise quite quickly, or you notice that they can get in through the machinery at the top because if it's just broken and open, they don't have to be invited in.
Oh, is that how that works?
Yes, from your research and from your background, you would know that they need to be invited in order to get access.
Well, I knew that, but I didn't know if there's like a window or a door that's just open they could walk in anyways. I thought they had to be invited no matter what.
No, if there's just a big open, devastated part of the attic, they just walk in.
Okay. Also, I believe... Oh, I was going to say, Moira didn't attack them, but Moira used mage armor. But that was before we went outside.
That's right, yes. So Moira can use a spell on them as well. Sorry if we jumped ahead a bit there.
All right. I was gonna ask that, but thought that since I already did an action, I wouldn't be able to. But I am going to use a level 2 magic missile.
Okay.
2 darts to each of them.
Okay. Go for it. So 4th one left and 7th one right.
Noller doesn't have any sort of ranged attack, does he?
Not really.
So maybe me and Nulla and maybe someone else could go back inside and start going upstairs just in case they break in. So they don't seem to be wanting to come down and fight us.
Oh boy. With a sickening crack, part of the windmill's frontal axis gives way, and starts plummeting down towards Church and Crawl. Give me DC 10 dexterity saving throws as you see it coming pretty easily. Damn. The blades just smash and fall apart as they head towards the ground and disintegrate around you. You're covered in debris, but nothing particularly harmful. Lots of rotten bits of paper and sort of twig-sized bits of wood scattered around you, but you aren't plussed by it.
Could I cast a spell at them?
You certainly can.
I'm gonna open up that good moonbeam on whichever one's easiest to see.
You can see both of them.
Oh, could I put it on the entrance that they've just opened up? Or like where they're attacking?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll lay it there.
So a big fountain of light appears at the opening, and they hiss and claw at that and don't want to pass through it for the moment. And they turn their attention to you, Crawl. So everyone's on the ground floor. Grunk and Nella moving back inside. This seems a good place to go to initiative order, since you have blockaded them from getting in, and they now see you as a threat and an impediment to getting inside. Crawl. Okay, is that everyone having rolled? I'll take that as a yes. And it is the vampire spawn's turn first. It goes skittering down the sides of the tower. So crawls over there. And jumps towards Crawl. It will then attempt to grapple you. Please make an opposed athletics or dexterity, or acrobatics or athletics saving throw, please.
Okay.
It gets a 17. It grabs a hold of you and bites. Wow. Good job, vampire.
Not full of shell.
Nothing untoward happens. But you are now grappled. And it's got some movement left. It'll pull you up to the second area, holding you up on the ledge.
I weigh 450 pounds. It's a very strong vampire.
I'll make you a strength roll. Say DC 15. It manages to carry you up.
Wow.
She's fucking ripped.
It was a difficult-ish check, but it's reasonable. Nola, you hear something skitter down the other side of the windmill, and then a loud yell from Kroll as he's jerked off the floor.
Please help me. Please help me.
He'll come charging round the windmill, so where he saw Cruel and Church go. And now himself, because he sees himself running around. And he can't really reach up. But if the turtle is is dropped near him, he will definitely try and catch him.
Okay, so you're ready in action to catch Crawl.
Yeah.
Okay. Crawl, your turn. You are currently grappled and you're concentrating on a spell.
I will use my action to draw up into my shell.
That's really cool.
I didn't even know that was a thing. That's fucking awesome.
So you get bonus 4 to your AC. Right.
That's really, really cool.
It's not just for looks.
Gwendolyn.
All right, hearing the top of the windmill basically come falling down and seeing a glimmer of light coming through the hole, she'll
Sorry, what? Your mic cut out.
figures must be this cat. Can I ready a bonus action?
You could do it as an action. What does you want to ready?
I wanted to ready a shield push in case anything came. Like, I still don't trust that kid, so I want to ready a shield push just
So you're
in case.
readying a shove action. Okay, sure.
And that's it.
Okay.
I didn't hear you say it, but I'm guessing it's my turn.
Yes, sorry. Must have not held the thing down long enough.
Is this a bush right here?
Yes.
Church is going to dive into the bush and attempt to hide.
No, they definitely see you.
Fantastic. He's going to aim at the one holding on the crawl and attempt to shoot it.
Okay. That's a miss.
Fuck my life. I'm dead. That's it. I'm dead.
Moira, you see a bolt go flying and nearly hit a turtle shell being held up by... Oh, that's Crawl. By a vampire.
Yeah, that's not something you see every day. But because we want to especially make certain that vampire drops him, I'm going to magic missile her. This is going to be level 1. And all 3 of those bolts go to her. Yes.
So it's 12 damage. Nice.
And if it drops Crawl, I'll use my... Oh, wait, I can do that during my reaction, but I'll use Featherfall on him when if he gets dropped.
So you... Pardon, what? You're wanting to use Featherfall if you drop... You can... It's a reaction. You just use it when
I realize that. So if he gets dropped, I'll do that.
Okay, let me see if she fails her strength saving throw. No, she holds on.
Alright, that's the end of Moira's turn then.
Okay. Other vampire spawn will... She was hoping she'd get in this turn. She'll skitter down 1 layer. 2 layer. And we'll go... Yeah, she'll dash towards the one that she saw attacking her friend. So she's now on the ground floor next to Moira. And you see her wounds close up.
How sort of high up from the ground is Crawl currently being hung from?
10 foot.
So I don't know how sort of moving and then jumping works with movement, but could I move round to attempt to sort of jump on Crawl and bring him back down to ground level?
You wouldn't be able to do it this turn because it would require all your movement to do so.
Alright, okay.
But you
In that
get in position to do
case,
so.
I'll move round. Is this one up here ground level?
Yes, that's ground level.
And then I'll attack her then.
You double moved there, didn't you?
How much?
Oh no, that's enough space. Yeah, you can attack. 25 definitely hits. God damn it. So that is 19 plus 5, 24 damage.
God damn.
You see her arm dislocate and pop out of socket as you smash her in the side of the chest. And she shrieks at you.
I'm quite cool. Smile at her and then just go.
Okay, the small child starts moving towards Irina again. Make your athletics roll, please. Yeah, the child is not able to contest that and will be forced backwards. And a strange guttural noise comes lurching out of his mouth. Vampire spawn will continue to carry. Yeah, continue to drag the tortoise up. So. And will push you into your own moonbeam.
Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting this.
I guess that's require her action to do that in terms of movement.
Oh, don't we need a strength check to be able to push a fucking 450-pound turtle?
Well, she's just carrying with both hands wrapped around his neck or around his shell.
His neck?
Sure, we'll give her a strength throw.
Tiny, I'm just fucking around. Oh my god! What the fuck?
She slams him into the remains of the windmill, and he takes 2d10 damage. Because someone's being a smart ass. And he got flexed on with double 20s. Roll 2d10.
What the fuck is that?
He takes 16 damage.
Oof.
Don't mess with the vampires.
Do I need to moonbeam myself?
You need to make a concentration check. Constitution check for your concentration. Yeah, the spell stays up.
It's getting very warm in my shell.
Noah.
Seeing the vampire drag a turtle away and knowing we can't really do much, we'll run over to the other vampire. I say vampire, the lady. And we'll smack her upside the head with his mace and smite.
Okay. 15 will miss.
Sad. That's all.
Okay. Crawl. You start your turn in the moonbeam. You realise you can cancel the spell at any point, right?
Yeah, but I want to make sure they can't get inside.
Okay. The spell does half damage to you because I'm giving you advantage on your own spell, so just 4 damage.
Thank you.
What would you like to do?
I will not take any action. I will stay in my shell.
So you're going to, okay, you're going to continue using the shell defense. There's no, yeah, there's no cooldown on that. That is annoying.
Nope. I just stay in here. I live here now.
Gwendolyn, your turn.
I don't see a token for the yet unnamed child. Is he to
That's
the...
this one.
Oh, I thought that was... Okay.
Lucian's just on the stairs.
Alright. Well, in that case... Wait, how did he attack Irina if he's all the way over there?
You pushed him away with your athletics roll.
Well, I'll put myself in front of Ismark, which is also in front of Irina, and I will ready another shield push and warn him, stay back! This is your last warning.
He doesn't seem to respond emotionally. His face just droops and he looks up at you with not much going on in his eyes. Make a religion check. You could swear there's no glimmer or soul in his eyes. Mr. Church, your turn.
Now let me get this straight. The vampire that has a hold of Crawl is the vampire just like still like just holding Crawl in this light?
Yes, he's got a hold of. She has a hold of his shell and it's pushing him into the moonbeam because she knows it hurts things, and she can't go past it.
Well, my problem is I'm confused because if she has to hold on to him with her arms wrapped around him, how is she going to keep Crawl in the moonbeam without putting herself in it?
Well, he's quite a big, chunky boy. You can grab a hold of someone's shell and hold them in it. There's only so much I can do in terms of interpreting the mechanics.
Okay.
There's enough of him to hold, justify holding him there.
Yeah, sure. How about this? How is she fucking climbing while holding onto him with both arms? She climbing with her feet?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Church is going to take another shot at that at the one holding Crawl.
Okay.
Oh, can I
try
yeah.
stealthing first?
Fucking goddamn bush, hide me. Goddamn bush.
23 hits. Crawl's kind of... No, I suppose he is distracting us. Yeah, that is 6 damage. Let's give her a check to see if she falls off. Yes, she lets go of Crawl. Crawl tumbles inside of the windmill.
Oh, he's inside it. Alright, so he probably won't full damage.
And she falls. Roll me a d100. Higher is better for you. Well, yeah, higher is better for you, lower is worse. No, just roll better than the d100, the better, further she falls away.
Who, me?
Yeah, since you shot her. So she falls down onto the next level with a thud. Landing on some of the rotten boards. Not breaking through them, but she does take 4d10 fall damage. So roll me 4d10. Some of the boards break her fall as she's falling, so it's not quite so bad. Anything else you would like to do?
No, that'll be it.
Okie dokie. Moira, you saw a vampire go falling down and heard her as she hits the rotten boards and they bounce her around.
I'm gonna renege that feather fall because I thought Crawl was gonna fall out the window with her.
Oh, you cast for the fall.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna fall through the wind or fall out down the tower, so I cast it. I'm gonna renege that though.
Okie dokie.
I'm gonna deal with the vampire right in front of me.
Okay.
Let's go with another witch bolt.
Roll a d100.
Time for me to electrocute myself.
It's been so many ones this session. You catch Nulla instead. The vampire ducks.
Sorry, Noller.
Nulla, you take 5 lightning damage.
I thought we were friends.
I guess that's the end of Moira's turn.
Okay. The vampire spawns Snickers and will try and bite Moira. So make an opposed athletics or acrobatics check, please. It grabs you. And the teeth.
Shatter on her.
These are the
magical
worst vampires ever.
She bites down, or tries to bite down, but unfortunately she's grappled you while you're casting Witch Bolt, which is an electrical spell going from her hands to Nulla. She sticks her hands right on yours, acting like an anode, and she takes... Let's roll Witch Bolt twice. 1. 12 points of lightning damage. But she does have you grappled. Just in a really stupid way, and she now counts as being the target of your Witch Bolt.
Hooray.
Grunk.
Grunk is going to swing his mighty hammer.
16 will miss.
Grunk will end his go.
Other vampire spawn will start climbing back up the tower. And will dodge there. Realizing that Crawl has fallen inside the tower and now she can't get in. Nulla.
I'm gonna try and attempt to whack this vampire again with a smite. If it hits.
26 definitely
Yes,
hits. For 19. And that will stop the regeneration.
He whacks her real good, upside the head. Silly lady.
Crawl.
I will use my bonus action to pop out of my shell. Yes.
That precise noise. You see the moonbeam between you and the vampire is cursing and hissing and trying to reach forward but pulling her hand back as she tries to grab you.
I will place my moonbeam upon her.
So you're leaving a gap between where the fan, what the blades were, and the inside.
I'm leaving a... No, I won't move it. I will just look at her through it.
Okay.
I'll try to freeze her though.
Okay. Roll a d100, please. Nothing untoward happens.
That'll be it.
Gwendolyn, your turn.
All right. The child, whom I now recognize as soulless, has not done anything. So I will keep my gaze steadfast upon him and ready a shield push in case he acts. And that's my turn.
Okie dokie. Church.
So, this one's still hanging from the building?
Yes, it was
Going
currently
back
dodging.
up. Yeah. Oh, dodging. That's what that is. Okay.
Yeah. You'd see her pawing at the moonbeam like a cat pawing at like a dead mouse, just trying to get at it but can't quite do so.
That would impose disadvantage on my attack roll, correct?
Correct.
Would a stealth attack negate that?
It would put it to standard. Or it will give you advantage versus the vampire to your right.
No, I'm going for the bitch up there.
16 misses.
Well, never mind.
It goes very close and sails right next to her and she hisses at you from above.
Cool.
As it thuds into the onion dome.
That's it.
Moira. You are currently grappled.
Does it count as an action to attempt to break the grapple?
Yes.
Alright, I'm just gonna continue to Witch Bolt.
Okay, roll the damage.
Alright, that must have been a pretty delayed die roll, alright.
Oof, 11 damage. The skin on her hands disappears and bony talons are all that's left as the lightning courses through the two of you.
And that will be the end of my turn.
She howls in agony and tries to bite you. Does a 14 hit?
Thanks to mage armor, it is a miss.
Okay, that's all she can do. Oh, she can claw you once. Oh, she can try... no, she's done. Grunk.
Grunk is yet again going to attempt for a swing.
Roll a d100.
I can use this, I think.
You need to say that before you're doing it.
Oh, apples.
But for this time, sure, that's fine. You roll 23.
Hey.
So you do 13 damage, and she drops down dead. Give me a description.
After seeing Moira's lightning bolt char her hands off, Grunk finishes her off with a nice easy slam to the chest, basically breaking her ribs and crumpling her.
Any movement from Grunk?
Grunk will... The other one's still like in the air, and she's like a layer up, isn't she?
Yeah, you should be able to see her.
I'll move sort of closer to church just so I can sort of in view of her, but I might go there.
Okay. The child begins to wander outside. The naked one, Lucian's still curled up with Irina, and appears to be heading towards the little bundle that was dropped. Does Gwendolyn want to do anything as he's leaving her area of opportunity?
No, Gwen's gonna let him pass because he's not making a move towards the person she's protecting.
The child goes out, picks up the bundle of scattered remains, and starts walking down the road towards the coach. vampire spawn at the top. Can't get to crawl, so guess I'll go after Church, who's been shooting at it. And it will try and grapple Church with a claw. Oh, it's with a rabbit. It does grapple you, and it will attempt to bite you.
I mean, yes. Oh no! Another one would make this night complete. Oh no, that's a crit. Fortunately, the 13 isn't going to work.
Damn it. It tries to snap at you with its jaws as it grabs a hold of your shoulders and just misses. And you jerk your head out the way. Nulla.
Seeing the vampire jump down, he'll charge towards her. And while running round, take a swing at her legs and try and hit her down.
12 will miss.
Heck. That's all I think I can do.
Okie dokie. Crawl, your turn.
How far up am I?
Pretty high up.
Are there any stairs on this layer? Or any way down?
There's a trapdoor just there. That'll take 5 feet of movement and you'll appear over there.
Oh, okay. Are there any windows here?
There are. It's just dark there.
Okay, I will look around until I can see any of my allies out of the window.
You'd see from this window. You wouldn't see anything. You'd see Moira towards the back right, electrocuting a vampire. So she'd be over here for you.
Okay, I'll cast the Hawk Spirit Totem toward Moira, like a phantasmal sort of hawk spirit, just start circling around the area.
How big is the aura?
30 feet.
Okay, 1 second. Yeah, it's going to affect everyone, so ignore that aura for them now. Just say get advantage on your attacks.
Can I see either of the vampires from here?
You would see that the destroyed, electrocuted corpse of one of them over here. You're not close enough to the other window to see the other one, though.
Okay, I guess I can't really cast through these anyways.
You could. Just destroy the window.
Yeah, that's okay. That'll be all from me.
Okay, Gwendolyn.
Seeing the child leave, Gwen will walk over and shut the door.
Damn.
And then she will turn back and ask Irina and Ismark if they are okay.
Ismark would nod his head. Irina would go, shake head, say, bloody vampires everywhere. How can I be okay? They're after me.
Calm yourself. We shall have you at your destination soon. And Gwen will end her turn.
Okay. Church, your turn.
Do I have to make an acrobatics to see if I can get out of her grip?
Yes. Acrobatics or athletics, your choice. This will be an action, though.
Holy fucking hell.
No, she's got a tight grip on you.
Well, there's not much I can do then. I guess that's it. I don't think I can do anything.
Okay, you try to escape her grasp, but have failed. Moira.
Moira is going to throw another level 2 magic missile at the remaining vampire.
Okay, go for it. Damage.
12 damage.
The darts slam into the side of her and start prickling her like a porcupine with these glowing bolts of energy. And yeah, she yells out. Grunk, your turn.
Grant will just go for us. With that aura thing that Crawl's giving her, is that giving me advantage rolls or is that just on Moira?
It's on everyone who's in the 30-foot range of it, which is everyone.
Right, okay.
And Crawl has to use his reaction to give you advantage.
Okay.
But he can sense things through the hawk spirit, so...
It doesn't really matter
do you
either
want to
way.
give him advantage, Crawl?
I do.
Okay, a 16 is a near miss.
Unlucky.
I should have moved next to it as well. So. And if I go there.
Okay, the vampire spawn will attempt to bite Church.
Holy hell. I don't want another one. Damn it, that'll hit.
Okay, so... Nice top up of 17 hit points. It looks a bit healthier than before, after draining some of Church's essence.
My what?
Your essence!
My what?
Your life's fluids.
Damn, she's really good at sucking them life fluids.
Spill! Oh, day.
Church has
No.
never seemed so happy.
Seeing that, Nola's gonna try and hit her, and if he does, we'll try and smite.
25 hits. For 23 damage. And those wounds that were closing up, open right back up and go grey at the edges, and seem to stop mouldering and regenerating.
Get away from him, you bitch!
Crawl.
Okay. I'm in the windmill. My friends are very far away. What do I do? I go down the level.
Okay, so you go down to the second floor, so that'll take you 10 feet of movement to get to there. You'll be able to see a lot more easily what's going on out that window.
Great. Oh yeah, that's much better. I still can't cast anything from here. So I will hold my hand out and fill it full of berries and cram them in my mouth.
Oh my god, you just combat good buried.
I did.
Campaign's over, you combat good buried. Gwendolyn, you see the little boy walking away still. Oh no, you don't, because you closed the door. So the vampire can't get in.
Does the door swing inwards or outwards?
Inwards, but not very much. It's not a big door.
All right, so I will use my action to start barricading it again.
Yeah, you can easily do that, but barricade back in place. You would hear a sloshing noise coming from the barrel.
This cannot end well. Would I recognize that Crawl fell down onto the 3rd floor?
No, he's not fallen. He's I put his token there so that you can't see that. He's not fallen. He just went down to the 2nd floor.
Is he inside or outside? He's looking out the window. I could have sworn he was inside.
He is inside. He is. I'm just not sure what you say by why you said he fell.
Oh, well, I thought the vampire dropped him and he fell. Okay, never mind. So I'd call up to him and say, Crawl! Is that you?
It is me.
I hear something untoward here.
Is it the barrel?
How did you know?
It's full of blood.
I fear we have more than vampires to worry about.
Just don't touch it.
And with that advice, Gwendolyn will motion to Ismark and Irina and Lucian to stay away from the barrel, as if they really needed that advice.
Yeah, they'll press their backs to the wall and stay away from the barrel like it was a ticking time bomb.
And that's my turn.
Church.
Could you please unhand me, you foul creature? Holy hell! Alright, now I'm getting fucking pissed. Well, since she's still got her mouth open, can I take one of those vials of poison ivy vine and jam it in her mouth or pour it into her mouth?
Sure, you can grab one with your fist and just slam it into her mouth. Give me just a dexterity roll.
Okay, dexterity roll?
Or sleight of hand, if you've got that proficient. Oh yeah, you shove it in the back of her throat.
Suck on this, you bitch. That's all I can do. That's what that is what I'm going with.
Since you crit, give me a roll of a d100. Higher is better, lower is worse.
Oh shit!
Her head fucking explodes as vines erupt from the detritus of her mouth in a gory display of explosive accelerated growth. Her body tumbles to the floor headless and smoking as vines start pouring out and wriggling from the stump of her neck.
After watching this happen, he just stares at her body for a moment and then looks over to Crawl. That's some great herbal. What would you? Oh yeah, sure. I was going to say herbology or some shit. I don't know what the technical word. Good job, Crawl. That's all I'm saying. To the others. Is the nameless child? Is he still walking to the?
He has reached the carriage and is getting in.
How far is it?
100 and something, 120, 150 feet away. He's buck-ass naked carrying the remains of his little dead baby. And he's just getting into Igor's freaky-ass carriage.
I'm guessing that's a little too far for us to catch up to before it leaves.
The somewhat desiccated horses are beginning to stomp and chew at their bits and are almost looking to pull away. You could say or shout something if you wanted to.
No, please don't. Come back.
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage. it wasn't very much of a impassioned plea or anything.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Church wouldn't be able to do it very passionately, but I can do it in his voice more properly. No, please, child, return. It is not safe to leave alone in this area.
The words are lost on the ever-choking mist and the strange storm that seems to be coming towards you now. Rain begins pelting the countryside, and the horses rear up, and the green flames sizzle and hiss and sparkle in the distance, and the child is ushered aboard into the back of the black carriage by a pale, ghastly white hand. And the carriage turns and leaves. Rain begins to fall, and it's a thick, oily, black rain that sticks to the skin and the clothes, dampening it with a foul putrescence.
Inside, all of you.
The door is barricaded.
Shit.
The crow will come down and start to break it down.
Break it down? Oh, you Degeneration X!
Kool-Aid Man, the fuck out of the door.
Yeah,
What are you doing?
letting our friends in?
Have they defeated those vampires?
Yes, the vampires are fallen. I've seen it from the second floor.
And so Gwen will help him take apart the barriers and open the door.
Okay, you're able to get in with two people opening the barrier. That's the problem.
As the door opens, Nolo will go, boo, with his fingers down, looking like fangs from his face.
Slam the door.
Make a dexterity saving throw, please.
No.
As you get a door slammed in your face.
Not actually. Oh no! Nowhere!
You take 1d4 bludgeoning damage to the face as the door hits you right in your dumb vampire impersonating face for 2 damage.
He just, if the door is opened back up, he just goes, I thought it was funny, that was not needed. And he wanders in and sits down, rubbing his nose snout thing.
Gwendolyn, how could you?
Gwendolyn is going to protest. It was not I who shut the door.
Could you say that again? It sounded like it was not you who shut the door.
'Twas not I who shut the door.
Okay.
Oh my fucking god, the strange things you guys do. So, the rest of the night is passed in a strange delirium of slick, oily rain spattering and soaking the stucco of the old bone grinder. You feel its cold, chemical, and fatty greasiness seep in through the walls, but you remain mostly untouched. You're able to rest full and get half your hit dice back, as well as any HP and spell slots you've used. And we will call the session here for this week.
That was a good one. I like that session.
Yeah, what a
that
fun
was
session.
really good fun.
Yeah, it was a fun one. I'm kind of enjoying the ability to actually non-lethally deal with beings. Well, both, but the ability to shield push, it would not be in Gwen's character, at least until she saw the child was soulless, which she hasn't told you guys yet. But it would not be in her character to strike down a child.
Yeah, Tiny's getting a strike for that one.
Yeah, was the baby like gonna play any plot role? Did you literally just bring it for them to drop off a roof?
If you didn't leave the bodies outside, they would have left it on the doorstep for them to acquire. But you dragged the bodies outside, burnt them, left them there. The vampires come up and they start sniffing around, going, "Oh, something's weird at the bone grinder. There's no pastries being cooked." And they see the 3 burned up remains of the night hags. So then they start trying to find a way in, and to taunt you to come outside, they drop the baby because they're evil.
All I did was ask what the baby was there for, and they fucking dropped it.
I think it's probably the wrong time to mention it's my son's 5th birthday today, eh?
Oh no.
Oh, I'm sorry if this was anxiety-provoking or anything. I didn't mean for that. If you do have any problems with any content or anything, let me know.
No. I was a bit taken aback at the start, but hey, it's roleplay. I can distance myself from real life.
You have a son?
And he's 5?
I thought you'd be like some weird virgin like Blade.
Oh my god!
You can't say that on stream!
I'm calling the police.
No, I want him to say that on stream. That was so fucking savage. Blade, are you gonna take that shit?
Oh my god, that was fucking
Blade, are you a virgin?
Do not respond to these questions.
He doesn't have to
On a
respond.
YouTube stream.
His silence speaks volumes about that answer.
I can neither confirm nor deny that statement.
And you don't need to, so go back to playing with your pirate treasure and Legos.
YouTube, if you think virgins are what Blade Skull is, put it in the comments. Have a lovely week.
Yes, it was fun. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Hi.
Bye.